Hello, my name is Thomas Massano, and I'm going to demonstrate with this video on a Hitachi data ingester how you can see what files were successfully or unsuccessfully migrated in the last two migration events. We're doing this on HDI version 5.4.1, and today is March 22nd of 2017. So let's get started. We're going to log in, and then we're going to go to Resources, and then manage tasks and policies. There's a couple different ways to get here, but ultimately we're looking for the migration task, and this is it here. So we're going to click on this, and it's going to give us a wealth of information about this task. We're going to look at this, and we can see the last time it was executed, which you can see here, was at about 8:52, and it ended at 8:53. So this ran it for about 2 minutes. It'll show you that the amount of files that it migrated, how many meg per second, how many files per second, and some information. Now, something to make note of is that it's only showing you the last two migration events. And you could look at these drop downs here, and it'll tell you about the first result from the last, if that isn't confusing enough, and second result from the last. It'll give you information about when those jobs were run and information about failure count and file count. But what you really need to notice is this little hidden drop-down box up here a lot of people miss is right now we're looking at the summary for those two events. You can also look at the success list. So we can look and see what files were successfully migrated. And we're going to change the results to something larger. So we can look at 200, and it'll show us the 200 files that were successfully migrated. And there's 2 pages of them. So you can go to the next page and look at all these. If you're looking for a specific file, you can put it right here in the filter and find to make sure that one file was successfully done. You can also download this as a text file if it's easier for you to keep records on that, or if you wanted to search it a little bit differently. So not only does it show us the success list, but more importantly, it shows us the failure list. So if you get a message that a migration event had files that had failed, this is the place you would go. You'd go and look at the details for the failure list. And if I had failures, it would show them here just as it did in the success list, and you'd be able to see what files were there. It also gives you a details history report. This report just logs information about each migration on the file count and file size. Now it retains it for longer than the last two migration events. It retains it for as long as the logs are retained on the HDI and not rotated out. So right now the time range is all, but if you were looking for something specific, you could say 1 day, you can change it to 1 month or 1 year, and you could get a feeling for um, how active the migration events were on your server. Also, you could, if you were just interested in file count or file size, you could drill down on that also. And oh, by the way, you can also download all this to a CSV file. So I hope you found this helpful in looking at your success list and failure list in your migration events on your HDI. Thank you.